Okay, Naveen, we'll have to leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining in. So I think we can cut across to Dr. U.K. Sinha, Mr. U.K. Sinha, who is talking to the press now.
That the track record of the investment banker has to be disclosed. So in that background, we find that this artificial discrimination is leading to more anomaly, and we are trying to resolve that now.
सर राजीव गांधी इक्विटी स्कीम जो पिछले 2 साल से कंडीशन परफॉर्म नहीं कर रही है, इस बजट में उसके लिए कुछ नया मॉडिफिकेशन या उसको स्ट्रेंथन करने का कुछ प्लान है?
इस प्रश्न का उत्तर तो भारत सरकार को ही देना चाहिए, मेरे लिए तो ठीक नहीं है उत्तर देना। लेकिन मैं ये समझता हूँ कि राजीव गांधी इक्विटी स्कीम और डेटा उसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है, सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुआ है, तो इसमें कुछ चेंज करने की आवश्यकता है और सेबी इस बारे में भारत सरकार से वार्ता कर रही है।
सर जो 25% आपने जो पीएसयूज के लिए कहा है, उसकी टाइमलाइन डिसाइड हो पाई है कब तक?
देखिए, सेबी का ये मानना है कि सेबी का जो भी रेगुलेशन हो, वो कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस पर हो या अदरवाइज हो, ये न्यूट्रल होना चाहिए कि उस कंपनी का मालिक कौन है, क्योंकि ओनरशिप ड्रिवन अगर हमारा कोई रेगुलेशन रहता है तो ये कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस के ख्याल से उचित नहीं है। So what we are trying to do is to tell the government that the minimum public shareholding guidelines should not be dependent upon who is the owner. And since for rest of the companies who are not public sectors, where the ownership or majority ownership is not with the government, for them it is 25%. It stands to SEBI's long-term goal and objectives that the same should apply to those companies which are owned majority by the government. So we have taken up with the government that they should also issue minimum 25% if they want to be listed. I mean, if you decide not to remain listed, you can own 100% of your company and SEBI has nothing to do with it.
The issues of corporate governance has been a challenge. With the new regulations, do you see the enforcement part to be enhanced much more by SEBI?
Yes, the new guidelines, if you must appreciate that we have given enough time to corporate India, and our first consultation paper was issued in January 2013. So we gave more than 1 year time for people to offer their comments. We also had to wait for the new Companies Act to be enacted, and now we have come out with our guidelines after consultation and after the new Company Act is in place. Many of the things which we have done are to align our requirements with the new Company Act, and rest wherever we have felt that from the point of view of small investor or even institutional investors, there is a need to strengthen the corporate governance guidelines, we have done that. And our focus has been primarily on minority protection and on related party transactions. These are the two main focus areas which we have dealt with.
So the many regulations give a lot of power to the designated DDPs, we call it. Like the new FI won't come to SEBI directly. So do you think there could be any...
Are you happy with it or you are unhappy? We like it or you don't like it?
I'm just saying, earlier they used to come to SEBI directly.
No, but what is your question? You want them to come to SEBI?
Corporate governance issues because of,
there can't be any corporate governance issues because of this.
In a sense, the level of strictness won't be the same as...
I would like to assure you that what we have done in the foreign portfolio investment regulation is very well thought out, and the whole idea is to create a situation where foreign portfolio investors do not have a problem. So it's not that anybody and everybody can be given the status of a DDP. The designated depository participants, for them certain criteria has been made, and they will be accountable. It's not that they are not accountable to us. They will continue to be accountable to us. We can inspect them, we can ask for documents, we can see, we can supervise them. So I don't know what is the worry about it, because you must also correlate it with our main recommendation. And if you will recall, this was the recommendation of the working group on foreign capital flows, which I had chaired in 2010. Our idea is that every non-resident, provided his KYC is well established, he should be allowed to invest through the portfolio route. So that is the main idea. Now, if you do that, to expect people to come to India or approach India and approach SEBI and do this, it would be very, very cumbersome. But don't be worried about the quality. The quality will remain very high.
So there have been several representations as far as several industry participants. Then you took up their case with the finance ministry. There was an issue of double taxation. Do you think that will now be sorted with you taking up the matter with the finance ministry?
Double taxation in which
A lot of participants were saying that there was a double layer taxation as far as the present guidelines of REITs are concerned, and that had to be
present
taken up.
guideline. Which present guideline?
Which SEBI had issued.
No, SEBI has several guidelines. So which one? Can you?
latest one was in December.
बेसिकली उसका कहना था कि जब हम इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तब टैक्स देना पड़ेगा और जब एग्जिट करेंगे जब जो रिटर्न आएगा उस पर भी टैक्स लग सकता
ये कौन कहते हैं? जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं?
है जो फंड्स वगैरह है उनका कहना था
मैं नहीं समझता हूँ ये बात सही है, क्योंकि आपको कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन यदि आप कर रहे हैं ऑन दी स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस तो आपको सिक्योरिटीज ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स देना है। आप लोग एक चीज अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए कि 2004 में जब सिक्योरिटीज ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स पहली बार लगाया गया था तो उस समय लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन्स टैक्स को जीरो कर दिया गया। आप इसको भूल रहे हैं। पूरे कॉन्टेक्स्ट को समझिए। शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन्स रह गया 10% पे, लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन्स टैक्स को जीरो किया गया। और वो इसलिए किया गया क्योंकि उस समय एक परसेप्शन था कि हमारा जो टैक्सेशन ऑन कैपिटल मार्केट का 2004 के पहले था वो फेवरेबल था टू फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स रिजाइडिंग इन ए कंट्री जहां की डबल टैक्सेशन अवॉइडेंस एग्रीमेंट है, क्योंकि यहां तो टैक्स नहीं देंगे वो, और वहां कितना टैक्स देंगे नहीं देंगे उसकी जानकारी नहीं रहती थी। तो व्हाट हैज बीन डन अंडर एसटीटी वाज not only to make things simple, but it was also meant to create a level playing field for domestic investor and foreign investors. Now, there can be an issue about the current level of STT, whether it is high or low, that is a separate question. But it's not that anybody was put to a disadvantage because of this.
सर और एक बात की जो रीट्स में भी म्यूचुअल फंड्स के कर्ज पर किसी तरह के टैक्स ब्रेक्स या टैक्स इंसेंटिव्स मिले इन्वेस्टर्स को, क्या वो देख पाएंगे
REITs में? हाँ, REITs के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि उनको टैक्स एडवांटेज मिले, उनको पास थ्रू का स्टेटस मिले। सेबी ने REITs के टैक्स ट्रीटमेंट के बारे में सरकार को पत्र लिखा है। इट इज अंडर कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, और जब तक इस पर निर्णय नहीं होगा तब तक REITs सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगा। और यदि हम REITs को रेगुलेशन निकाल भी दें तो जब तक इस पर टैक्स में क्लैरिटी नहीं आएगी ये सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगा।
Sir, your permission, if I could-
Shall we stop now? This will go on.
Mr. Kampani, if I could just ask you,
Not me, not
Sir,
me.
regulator has raised the concern when it comes to corporate governance. Do you think corporates and the capital market at large needs to do more when it comes to disclosures of corporate governance?
I think the disclosure document which SEBI has prescribed and which the companies are giving are fair, and they are very, very matured statement now coming up in India, and I think they are of the international standard now. So I don't think there is any issue on disclosures in the offer document. It's completely given.
Sir, so
Okay.
when is the delisting draft? When is the final this thing coming out? By 31st, I think most of the feedback must be here, right? Like pros and cons of the delisting, the draft.
On delisting, we have received a lot of comments. We are examining them. I can't give you a timeline, but it will happen very quickly.
But what sort of comments, pros and cons?
Okay, that's the SEBI head, UK Sinha, talking at the CII Capital Market Summit. There are some important statements that he did make with regards to REIT, especially considering that all of the real estate stocks are alive on the back of that news, where they said that they are talking to the government on tax treatment of the real estate funds. So that would be important in terms of developments going forward, and they are likely to announce changes in IPO norms by the month end. They are likely to announce new delisting as well as insider trading norms. That is coming in from the SEBI chairman.
I think the other important thing is that they've asked the government to ensure a minimum of 25% public holding in PSUs. So last time around, it was only enforced for the private sector, and for PSUs, they I think given a leeway of up to 90%. So now, even for the PSU bank, even for all the PSUs, the SEBI head, UK Sinha, has asked the government to ensure a minimum 25%. So that as well is important for all the PSUs.
But